Hello. Anyway, let's show you the room, which is why I'm recording this. This works out to roughly £15. They wanted, I think, 20 something for it, and I said I haven't got the budget, so they gave me another room, but it was a single bed. And I'll show you the bathroom. I know I've been told not to show bathrooms, but I just think sometimes it's nice to have a full view of what you're paying for. So that's the bed. It's a double bed. They gave me a single bed before, and I said, look, I'm too big for this. Please offer me something better. That is one of the courtyards. There are several courtyards to this hotel. I will show you around in a short while once I catch my breath. But yes, it's a nice room, and it's a fantastically big air conditioning unit, which is cooling me so much because the motorcycle heated up and so did I. So guys, the hotel here in Yazd is actually quite a nice hotel. I would even go as far as saying it's a very good boutique hotel. My room is somewhere up there, but this is just one of, I think, 3 courtyards it has. Don't even know where I'm going. Oh, I see light. Maybe this is where I'm supposed to be going. Another courtyard. Somebody's left the tap on. I wish breakfast was here, but I've been told it's in that direction. So let's head in that direction, shall we? I think is one of the restaurants. Oh, just look at the chandeliers. So this is breakfast. I've had a little bit of everything, but I didn't want to show you my plate because I ate like a very, very hungry person. Sitting on a hammock in front of that. Ooh. Though I did say it's time to go, so I should. And I will. Bye-bye. So folks, this actually is the old town of Yazd. I stayed in the old town, and some of the older buildings they've sort of renovated and into hotels, and majority are still homes, but the old town, you can see majority of it is derelict, and it reminds me a lot of other places in Asia where things were made out of mud and brick. Riding through these Qasbah, if you want to call it this, Kasbah roads was quite nice, but you have to be very careful. So folks, this is no entry, but I'm hoping it's just for cars and I can get through. It's early in the morning, there's no police about, so maybe I'm lucky and I get through. So far so good. I see nobody out there, but just look at that, folks. Look at that. I mean, even if they stop me, I'd say, look at that. How can you stop me from looking at that? Oh my gosh golly. That is just something else. That truly is something else. MashaAllah. This is the prayer area of the mosque, so I would have to take my shoes off to get in, and with these biker boots, it's a mission and a half. So what I'll do is I'll just take a video from here. Sorry for the clarity.
mountain there is called Eagle Rock because it looks like an eagle. Can you see? I mean, you might have to squint your eyes a little, but yes, it does look a bit like an eagle sitting. Eagle Rock. It's on the way to Shiraz, and that's where we're going. So it's originally the plan was to go from Isfahan to Yazd and then Bam, and from Bam, Zahedan, and then onto the border of Pakistan, which is Taftan. But I've asked some friends in Pakistan to assist me at the border crossing because sometimes it can be difficult. And I told them I'll be there on the 3rd, then I told them I'll be there on the 2nd, then the 1st, and the 31st. And they said, can you keep it on the 1st if that's possible? Because it'll just give us time to do any preparations. I'm not sure what they're preparing for, but I agreed. So I've done a little detour, and I wasn't planning on doing Shiraz until my return leg, but I'm doing Shiraz today. Let's see what we find when we get there.
So I've arrived at my next destination. The hotel room is being made ready for me. Let me show you. I'm only joking. Of course, this is not my hotel, but this is an old settlement, again abandoned, and I just thought it'd be nice to take it in. Let's see what we can find. Probably not much, by the way. Just look at that arch. It still stands. The engineering of these arches that they use in Iran is absolutely mind-boggling. They all stand. The walls decay, but the arches remain. Tough, tough structures indeed.
A little off track and a little off-road. I ran out of fuel and I found a place that does sell fuel, but that's pretty close by. But I had to cross some barren land to get here, otherwise it's a 30-kilometer detour, and I don't have enough fuel for that, so we do what we must, and what we must is what we do.
I'm not sure if you can see the camels on the side, but let me see if I can find one to have a closer look at. There you go. A dancing camel by the looks of things.
I'm not showing you pictures of flowers per se. Well, I am, but I'm actually showing you that. Can you see that in the distance? Let's bring that closer, shall we? I will actually go there by foot, but let's get closer, shall we?
So this is Basangard. It is the last battlefield of King Cyrus, and it is also where King Cyrus is buried. Not this particular monument. I'll show you that in a little while. And it dates back 500 years BC. So we're looking at 2,500 years ago. It's the history. One has to use their imagination to think what was once. I would also like to add that I will be going to a place called Persepolis, which is where King Darius is buried. And when I was a younger man, did a lot of reading about the old emperors of Persia, especially King Cyrus and King Darius. And for that reason, this little pit stop was warranted. Certainly for me anyway. I hope you enjoy.
We head towards Cyrus's burial ground, his grave, in this carriage. No, not this carriage, but that carriage. A little choo-choo train without the choo-choo.
So this, lovely folks, is the remains, or are the remains rather, of the castle. They have built a small 2-foot wall to represent how the castle would look. So you can see it from a bird's eye view. It's elevated, and I'll show you the supporting construct, which is made out of massive rocks. And I think this is why these castles still remain. These large, big blocks of stone that make up the wall that the castle sat on. As you can see, they're still mostly intact. This here is roughly where Cyrus is buried.
Even trucks are fashionable. Look at the flares on that truck. Wow, those are impressive.
So earlier I was at the tomb of Cyrus. Now this construct, this area, has the tomb of Darius, but so much more. Persepolis, here we come.
The structures here seem to be more intact, and I'm not sure if they're the original structures or they have been renovated, but nevertheless they're intact. Both inanimate objects, but I prefer my NC750 as a horse. But nice, this is nice too.
This is known as the unfinished gate.
Let's try it one more time, shall we? It's not very clear, is it? But
This was the treasury of Darius.
there are parts of the walls that are completely intact, and I don't know how many years it took to make this, but you can imagine it was artisans working not 9 to 5, but maybe 18-20 hours a day.
More relics, more parts of history that we can only try to fathom.
Well, folks, finally I reached Shiraz. The traffic was awful, it really was, and I didn't realize how big a city this is. I've done 2.
Time to go, I think, but before I go I'll show you the apartment. It's at a cost of £20, and that was a little bit of negotiating on my part, and it's, I can't even say more than adequate. It's actually quite luxurious, so it'll be a good day's or a good night's rest tonight. Stay happy, stay positive, keep smiling. See you next time. Bye.